Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, and in this video, I'm going to be going over the treasure spawn with the new monster and its feature gear. Where I'm going to be talking about the monster first and the gear, and then I'll talk about the treasure spawn. So let's get to it. Alright, so right here, we have target all enemies with an ability power of 200, success value of 100, and it's going to do it 2 times, and it's going to be time damage. So right there is decent ability power. It gets boosted by 10 for each increase in skill level, still decent ability power. It's going to do damage. It's not going to be significant. It's not going to be overwhelming. It's not going to be off top the charts. It's going to be damage for sure. It might do a bit scratches, but that's pretty much how much damage it's doing. It gives element attack for all elements by 4 for 60 seconds. And then it also gives pierce to all allies. Increased cost recovery speed. Or, at my bad, it doesn't give cost recovery speed. Cost recovery speed is reduced to all enemies for 60 seconds, and if you're not an actual player, if you're a computer or just like you're doing player versus enemy, right, it decreases the action speed by 30 for 60 seconds, and then it increases your, not everybody, but your Unison gauge gains by 2 for 60 seconds. This right here is not the best monster in the world. Absolutely not. In fact, I don't think it's worth the price it is, ability wise. Cost wise, it's going to give a lot of battle score for Unison, and it does give piercer, perhaps if you're doing yield battles, so right there could be useful. But other than that, I can't really vouch for this monster. It's kind of like another Dorje. This is like the 37 cost Dorje. It doesn't have the exact same moves, but like with the moves that it has, like you could see like it's barely better than some event monsters that are good. Absolutely better than some event monsters that are good. Some event monsters kind of like ability wise are nearly as good as this monster, and just for the price that this monster is, once again, I absolutely just don't find it worth it. I really don't. So that's pretty much my intake. It does help in player versus enemy by doing like piercer and giving elemental attack, definitely, and then it decreases the action speed of the target. But sometimes that might not be as helpful because they might just remove it easily and stuff like that. I mean, again, it does have some helpful abilities for player versus enemy, but like I wouldn't find this by far, all hands down, not worth it whatsoever. There is no special reason you actually need this monster. If you have decent time element for this event that just came out, you could pretty much do it without this monster, and you don't need time. This isn't time orientated. Like, you don't need time only monsters unlike the 40 cost dragon, so you don't have to worry if you don't have like time monsters. Not needed. So like I find there to be no absolute reason to actually spawn this. Not even for the 40 cost star dragon I would find this worth it, unless they're gonna have like hecka barrier and hecka damage reflection / reduction. Then this low-key might be worth it in the future, but as for now, there's no purpose in it, and it just seems way too expensive for the price it is. Anyways, moving on from there, we got the weapons. Nothing special about them. They have the seals. Seals are a very, very nice skill to actually have. They're one of those skills that activate by chance, but when it does, it pretty much does what a regular Testament XL does. And then on top of it, it recovers 5 cost, and these do have high proc rates, so these will be procking very often. If you already see how much your Testaments proc, this is probably going to proc around the same. So this is a very nice skill to have. Definitely comes in handy, especially if you main slot it. You're going to see it proc a lot. And then we got the 37 cost gear. The Dark Justice stuff right here is either going to give magic reflection XXL or physical reflection XXL. So these are good for stats, and it's also going to be good for elements. The skill itself, it can be a bit helpful, but it's not going to be off the wall, off the charts helpful. Reason I'm saying that is because we already have actual reflection XXL. Prefer reflection over magical or physical alone, because magical or physical technically count as the same skill, and because that you can have as many as you want to help. Like, you won't increase the proc rate, but you'll help have a higher chance for it to activate, because they don't stack into one big rate. They the game looks at them individually, and if one doesn't activate, it goes to the next. If one doesn't activate, it goes to the next. So it looks at them individually and separately. It doesn't stack it to one big rate, but you can add more. But with these, you can only 2 of them will activate. Only 2 of them will activate. So keep that in mind. That's why I'm saying that, is because you can add as many as you want. It's probably going to take up a lot of space skill-wise, where you can actually put on more helpful skills for whatever you're doing, and just stuff like that. It could take up a lot of space for other skills that might help you, and I just don't find it worth it compared to reflection, because reflection is a lot more efficient and stuff like that. So reflection is pretty much physical and magical in one skill. So that's why I'm saying I personally think reflection over physical and magical reflection, just regular reflection double XL, would be worth it. These do come in handy, these will help, but they may take up a bit more space compared to having just a reflection double XL. So that's why I'm saying all of that is because of that. So that's pretty much my intake on the gear and everything surrounding it. It's time, so if you really need to get time for the Star Dragon, here's your golden opportunity, because this stuff's guaranteed. Once again, I think this is like the 4th time not the 4th, but the 3rd time treasure spawn, or time based or time orientated treasure spawn they came out with. Heck, I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying. Anyways, moving on from there, let's actually talk about the spawn and how it's going to work out. So if you're unaware with treasure spawns are going to be pay to win. They're not exactly going to be free to play. It is possible to obtain some stuff on your first spawn, but more than likely, a lot more than likely, extremely more than likely, unless you are a new player, still, even if you are a new player, like brand spanking new, extremely more than likely, you will have to spawn a lot before you obtain the stuff. Pretty much how this works out is they have these medals right here, right? And with these medals, you're going to be able to get some of the stuff within here, and the rates are going to be pretty dang low. Usually, this is how treasure spawns usually work. I'll talk about that in a second. So you got to work towards getting more medals, and how you get more medals is you got to keep spawning and spawning and spawning. So that's why I'm saying it's more for pay to wins than it is free to play. So keep that in mind before you start doing treasure spots, that they're more around that. Anyways, moving on from there, 15 gems. Like usual, they're gonna have no rates for the gear whatsoever in the gear spawn, so it's gonna be near impossible to obtain, if not impossible to obtain, through simply the gear spawn itself. But they will give you a chest at 50 to 200 medals. Same rules for jackpot. After first time half off, you're going to be able to get, not jackpot, same rules for chest. After first time half off, you're going to be able to do double chance, and each time you get jackpot, afterwards you're going to be able to do double chance as well. Double chance will only last for an hour, and it'll be right here. It'll pretty much say it right there. Pretty much how double chance works is it allows you to choose 2 chests instead of 1. So right there, that's very, very nice. Anyways, moving on from there, let's actually look at the stuff they have in the chest. Okay, so they have the summoning scroll and 900 to 1,300 medals. So it looks like they're doing that medal only jackpot thing again. I'm not very happy about that, because medals are going to be hard to obtain within this one, and getting to the jackpot is going to be a pain. You know, if it's anything like the Noah treasure spawn or the Vermis treasure spawn, they're going to have high rates for the jackpot. So it's going to be a lot more possible to obtain more of the end rewards. By end rewards, I'm talking like 1,300 medals from the jackpot, or anything over 1,000 medals from the jackpot, and maybe even the summoning scroll. Summoning scroll is still gonna have lower rates than the medals, all hands down, no questions asked, but there might be more boosted rates compared to usual, like regular, not like special treasure spawns, but compared to regular treasure spawns, there might be a little bit more boosted rates towards that jackpot, so you can actually obtain the monster. So that's pretty much the jackpot and everything surrounding that. Let's go to the side chests. The drops, they have drops of Ether Awakening Orb in one of the side chests. That's nice right there, always like that. Feature gear, this right here, it makes the treasure spawn a decent amount more better, because that means in one of the side chests you're guaranteed one of the new feature gears. And that just makes it a whole lot smoother and easier, because they don't have a lot of medals. They really don't have a lot of medals. So it's going to be really, really hard to obtain some of the, even like, you know, like the feature gear, because it's probably going to be like 2k or higher. You're going to have to get 2 jackpots, or you're going to have to spawn like a lot of times, because you're only getting 50 to 200 for each spawn. And then the jackpot, it pretty much tells you what you're going to get. So it may take a while to even get the feature gear. And just adding a side chest that offers it makes the spawn so much better than it is if it were to alone just have medals in the jackpot. So right there, that is extremely nice, and I am very happy they did that. And then they got a cost 25 or higher. Not really needed. Nobody's really going to worry about that. You can legitimately get that type of deal in the video point spawn. I'm not even kidding you. They got proficiency quests or super augment quest keys, and then they got the XP quest keys. So that's pretty much covered the chest and everything surrounding that. And then we go to the metal exchange, and then you can see right here what they have to offer. Yeah, it's gonna be 2K just like said, and then they have the tachyon stuff, so that's pretty nice if you're interested in that. This has reflection reduction. 1,900 is what it's gonna cost. After that, it's pretty much just I don't even know what's. I guess these are cosmetics at this point. I mean, it might help with gear score if you're brand spanking new, but if you're not, I guess you could count these as cosmetics or fusion fodder. That's the only reason I would consider this stuff down here. But anyways, yeah, they got the tachyon stuff, and then they got the new feature gear stuff, so that's a bit nice. And then they got the scroll's going to be 10k, so it may take a second to actually get to the scroll compared to other spawns, because they don't offer a lot of medals for the spawn compared to usual treasure spawns. Like right here, I could even show you for Owenheim, right? Owenheim is 1k. Yeah, I tried it out and it didn't work for me. 1k right here in the jackpot, then 401 the side chest, then 601 the side chest, so they have a lot more medals. That's usually around how much they have. I think they go like 700 jackpot, 401 the side chest, and 601 the side chest. But anyways, yeah, they offer more medals and usual treasure spawns in this one, so it's going to take a second to actually get there. But they do have feature gear in one of the side chests, so if you're definitely interested in some of the feature gear, it is possible to obtain some. It's going to be random, so it's not going to be like guaranteed the weapon of your class or what you're looking for. It's going to be completely random feature gear, but just adding a side chest for that, just the option of adding the side chest for that, makes the spawn a whole lot better than it is for sure. So that's pretty much my intake on this. Personally, for me, I think definitely the spawn's worth looking at if you're trying to work towards feature gear. Again, I can't really recommend the monster. The monster, for the price that it is, ability wise, it's just not worth it. It's absolutely just not worth it. Though for like the gear itself, especially the weapons, less of like the armor would be for like if you need elements or trying to just get higher gear score. But for like the weapons, right, they have an almighty seal, and almighty seal is a useful skill, plus they're the highest cost right now, so definitely the weapons are looking. I personally would recommend this definitely for like the feature gear side, especially the weapons. Armors maybe, but weapons are all hands down definitely used. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.